Unreal. This this is what is like this has to be the equivalent of like a pregnant glow. You know?
It's something
This
like
right here
that.
has to be the equivalent of when girls be like, "Oh, girl, what you doing new? You got some new skincare routine, girl. You shining, you glowing." This is the male equivalent of that. Billy, all
Yeah.
right. Because I'm recording this, I want to give like a little intro. So before we dive into why this man has this glow right now, I'm gonna share a post from our community that was posted in October. So today
Yeah.
is Friday, April 3rd. This is a post. Let's see here. Can you see this? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Perfect. So I posted this October. Scary question. What's one thing that scares you about golf? There's some really good responses in here of like, man, I feel that. Oh man, that's crazy. I've never experienced that, but it makes sense, right? Hitting somebody else with a golf ball. Somebody's had that. The fear of, I mean, there's a lot of things, but let's scroll down here for a little bit, right? Course marshal, being on property, breaking property, things like that.
Yeah.
And we scroll down to none other than and then honorable mention.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Ryan getting hit with a golf ball.
Yeah. His third nipple.
Which we were present for. So biggest fear right here. And this comment, by the way, was you commenting in November. So here we are,
Yeah.
barely call it 5 months later. Biggest fear is that I've shot the lowest score I ever will and didn't realize it. That was from you. That was your biggest fear in golf right there. And you
Yeah.
posted this. Obviously, little words of encouragement. Yes, got it, blah, blah, blah. Confident, some good things coming, and yada, yada, yada. Help the cause. You were like, yeah, I'm excited to get to the next level. But that wasn't really like, of course we're excited, we hope, but you never really know. You never really,
Yeah.
really, really, really know. Until I receive a text message today. Oh, holy smokes. What is going on with
Yeah.
this?
Your camera's like catching up, bro.
Okay, yeah. It's like, whoa, there's our time lapse. Hopefully the audio stayed with us.
It
So
did.
then I get a text message. And I get a text message, none other than from Billy, same guy who 5 months ago was like, I'm fearing I've shot my best round of my life. At that point, how long before then was your best round?
It was over a year.
Yeah, okay. So over a year before that. And then I get a message today in the brother thread. And here it is. Best day ever. Let's pop
Yep.
this bad boy open. Can you see this on there? Is it sharing
Yeah.
properly or
I
do I
see it.
okay.
I see the text thread there. And I also see Ryan's encouraging words there.
Yes, but I want to actually let me open up this scorecard because I want you to take us through this.
Yeah.
This is exciting. This it right here. Let me see. I don't know if it will shoot it's not gonna let me share just that little specific thing, but whatever.
Uh,
We can see. I'll post it in the I'll post it there, but I've got it pulled up. So walk us through this round of golf you had today. And yes, we do got to conclude on that the whole 18 double bogey. Walk us through it, bro. What happened? Why did you just absolutely crush it today? What were the feelings?
yeah, so today was interesting because I played on Monday with Xavier, right, my son. And
Yep.
on Monday it was like super frustrating because I couldn't get I couldn't figure out my driver for nothing.
Mhm.
Couldn't figure it out. And then
Yeah.
chipping, I just kept like I was blading everything. Like at one point,
Mhm.
I put it outside my right foot, and I still managed to blade it. And I was like, I don't know how I this bad. Like I was trying everything on Monday, and it was not working.
Okay. What
So
did you
it
shoot
was
Monday?
shot 90. Yeah. So yeah, and it was at my home course. Like I consistently am like mid 80s there, and so it was like just super
Yeah,
frustrating. I couldn't putt for anything on Monday. I think I had like 4 3 putts, and I
dang.
can't remember the last time that I had like more than two in a round.
Yeah.
And so like it was Monday was just like everything was wrong, and I was like, okay, like I really don't know how to play this game at all. Like this
Yeah,
is one of those days.
yeah,
And so today, and Angela had made this tea time with some friends of ours that live in the neighborhood.
yep.
Another couple that they both play. So the four of us went out this morning, and I was like, hey, yeah, you know what? I was like, there was two things that I thought about that you had talked to me about in the past, actually. With
Ah,
yeah, one of them was with driving, and one of them was with chipping, and
okay.
both of them were huge today. So today was the best I'd ever drove the ball. And
I can't wait to hear this for myself. What did I
yeah,
say?
yeah. So if you remember when we were at Chambers Bay and you
Mhm.
had me swing, but I had to stay balanced when I finished.
Yes.
Yeah, I realized that I can only do that if I swing like 85% max. Like if I go above that, this
Let me just show what your driver swing looks like when when you're not focused on balance. This is Billy when he's not focusing on his balance. The sound effects are accurate here as well. That is
yeah,
that's
you're
a
not wrong.
typical Billy baseball.
Yeah. 100%. Like that's what
Yeah.
it is. And there's it was one of those things. So today I was like, and I told Angela on the range beforehand, I was like, hey, all of my shots today, I'm only swinging like 80%. That's what my
Yeah.
goal is today. And so like all of my shots, knowing that I was swinging at that, like I
Yeah.
also clubbed up. So like
Mhm.
everything that I would normally hit, I went up a club because I wasn't swinging as hard.
Yep.
So that made a huge difference many of my approaches. But off the tee
Yeah.
box, that was the biggest one there. And then the
Yeah.
other one, and if you look in the scorecard, this is the first time that I've ever had two holes where I didn't putt.
Yeah.
And that was because I used your Texas wedge idea. Like there was a couple times that I was like, I was one of them, I was probably it I would say I was like 15 feet off the green,
Yeah.
and I putted the ball because
Yeah.
my chipping was so bad on Monday. And I was
Right.
just like, okay. And I had two of them. One of them was a birdie, which that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
hole 8.
yeah, and then I think it was it on 10 that I saved
Yep.
par?
Yep.
Yeah. So like those were huge, but then I had some other ones where I was just short of the green and I
Yeah.
putted and it ended up being like some of those one putts. You could see
Yeah.
some of them were like inside of like 3 feet. It was so much better. So like those two things were the Texas wedge and then the bounce on the driving changed a lot of what I did today. And I think that's the most fairways I've ever hit off the tee box. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you went 9 for 14 fairways hit.
Yeah, and then there was only 18. I lost one out to the left that went OB.
Yep.
And
Oh, that was
then
OB off the tee, that's why you doubled that hole.
yeah.
Oh, and here's my guess, because I'm looking at the scorecard right now, so hole 18, every tee shot that you missed a fairway, you missed right. 18 is the only one you missed left, so my guess is in your swing, you double crossed. That's my
Uh
guess.
yeah, I double crossed and I caught it a little low on the face. So like
Mhm.
because I had a baby fade today, and
Yep.
they've got those trees on the left side. So like I lined up on that left side there,
Yep.
and it went like further left, and it just didn't have
Yep.
enough room to come all the way back.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, so your start line, that's the issue is your start line for holes 1 through 17, your start line, you could start it left and it'll work right, or you could start it straight and it'll work right, and you'll still be good to go. But if you get your start line left of where you're intending to start the ball, that's where the problem is, and that's what happens on 18 here.
Yep.
You just yeah, that's I get it. Got you. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So, but like all the other ones, there
Yeah,
was, I would say, three of those that I missed the fairway. I
yeah.
was within 5 feet of the fairway. Like it
Oh,
wasn't a big miss. Like,
yeah.
so it was like it was pretty crazy. And there was on uh I think 15 is 15 a par four.
Par 3. 16 is a par 4.
16 then. So
Yep.
16, I actually mishit the driver and it was like a low laser beam, but it was
Uh-huh.
right down the middle. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like I'll
Yeah.
take that. So um but yeah, it was
Man. So one of the things that I love about what you just said about like okay, you missed the fairway, right? On a few of these, right? You missed the fairway on a few of these, couple feet, couple yards, whatever. This is I've shared it before, but one of the best playlists for golfers on YouTube is Golf Digest, the game, hosted by Luke Kerr-Dineen, and he breaks down statistically like insane clarity of things in your golf game. So one of those is about how it's actually not so penalizing to miss the fairway if you're still just in the rough. Like it's not that penalizing for most people, especially if you're talking the distance that you take with a driver, right? Versus like if you took an iron off the tee in the fairway, whatever. That distance is where you actually still gain strokes. It's pretty negligible. And yet missing the fairway, people think like, oh, it's a big deal, but it's really not a big deal. What is a big deal is hitting a green in regulation. Doesn't matter if you hit the fairway or not. If you're still hitting the green, if you're still getting on in regulation, doesn't matter where your drive ends up. It really
yeah.
doesn't. Fairway rough, it doesn't matter. But I want to see this. You went back. You shot one over on the front nine, and you
Yeah.
finished with back-to-back birdies on holes 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, hit us with it.
Yeah. So 8 was that was one of my no putts,
Yeah,
right?
par
So
three.
yeah. So par
Yep.
three and I think it was playing 145 today, I think.
Okay.
And so like I was like, okay, normally I would muscle up a pitching wedge here, right? Like
Yep.
that's my muscle up going. I was like, but I'm doing this. So I hit a 9 iron
Yeah.
and it was a pretty good one. It had a little fade on it. So I ended up just short of the green, but it was
Yeah.
also a front pin. So I was okay
That's
with
great.
that, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm probably I think to the hole it was around like 25 feet, like
Yeah.
from because I was just short. I mean, I was probably 2 or 3 feet short of the green. So,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I just want to get this up close, be able to knock it in for par. And I read it, and there was about a foot and a half of break on it. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I'll just kind of nudge up there and see where it goes. And it goes. And then it started breaking more than I thought. And I was like, oh, this might go in. And then it like rolled in the right side of the cup. And I was like, sweet.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So that was a pretty awesome one there. And then
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Okay. Hole 9. This is what I want to get into. This is actually a prime example. So, you
yeah,
missed the fairway. You missed the fairway right on hole 9.
big time. So I was
Bu
like,
but you birdied.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay,
Like
talk to us.
on that one, like my tee shot is I blasted the tee shot and it's a pretty hard dog leg left and but I
Yeah.
missed my line way to the right. Like
Yeah.
it started where I wanted it to finish on
Uh-huh.
that line and then I was probably 25 yards into the rough, like in between, like, yeah, because you got the ninth hole and the 10th hole are right there, and there's a
Okay.
big gap in between. There's probably like 50 yards in between them. So I'm like over there, but I get over to my ball and I've got a clean lie and I got a
Yeah.
clean look at the green, and I'm like, okay. And it was another one. I was about 140 yards out, and I was like, okay, I know this is a 9 iron shot. And I was like, I looked at the rough and I was like, it might be a little bit of a flyer, but I'm shooting at the middle of the green here. Like that's all that I want
Mhm.
on this.
Yep.
and it was a middle pin, so that made it really nice too to go with that yardage.
Yeah.
And I just catch it, and it's like it's just sailing perfectly. I could feel it go, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is nice. And I was just happy to be on the green, and I get up there, and I was within 10 feet. Like,
Oof.
yeah, it was it was
Oh,
pretty good. So I was like, okay, and get up, and the putt is pretty straight. Like
yeah.
I just saw a video. I don't know if you posted it or somebody else did, where they were talking about like if you take the hole and you make it twice as wide, you just
Mhm.
basically try and get it through that gap. 50% of the time, you're going to hit the hole, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it was. And so I was like, okay, I'll just try and put it in here pretty close. It was pretty
Yeah.
straight. And I was like, I'll just give it a good touch. And that was one thing, like my feel today on putting was really, really good. Like early on, I was kind of frustrated. The first like two or three holes, I
Yeah.
kept leaving everything like a foot short.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? And so like, but then it just kind of it came around, and
Yeah.
it was working out pretty well. So
So you start. All right, we're talking about your career best round. And
yes.
you started the day bogey, bogey, bogey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That is
Yeah.
good.
But that was the other thing, is like going into the day, I was like, okay, I shot 90 on Monday. All right. I
Yeah.
played bogey golf. I was like,
Yeah.
my goal today is bogey golf. And then maybe I sprinkle in a couple pars, and then I'm going to be
Yeah.
golden. And so those first couple holes when I bogeyed, I was like, hey, I'm doing what I'm trying to do. This is
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So you open the round 3 bogeys, and then you go 4 straight pars,
yeah.
and then you birdie to finish the front 9 at a 37, 1 over par.
Yeah.
And then we roll into 10 through 18 where you go par, bogey, bogey, par, par, bogey, par, birdie, double bogey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you squeeze out just a par on 18 there, you're firing a 75, a 3 over par 75. But
Yeah.
alas, you double cross your tee shot, you pull it, and you hit the pull fade. That wasn't enough. So you double bogey.
Yeah.
What
So,
happened on hole 17, this par 4, where you birdied that? What was that about?
um, so that was one that I was just because I missed the fairway, right?
No, you hit the fairway on here. At least
I
the
hit
the scorecard's showing, yeah.
17. Oh yeah,
And you
yeah.
had
No.
about 15 feet to the pin off your approach.
Yeah. No, that one I did. So that one I hit a really good little fade drive,
Mhm.
and I started it down the middle of the fairway, and it was one that I was okay if I ended up in the right rough,
Yeah,
because the pin I could see from the tee box was back left. And so like
nice.
okay, I just want to miss kind of to the right side here. If I miss on the right, I'm good. And I
Yeah,
ended up smoking my drive, get down there, and I'm like, okay. And then this one was like right around, I want to say it was like 130. I think I was out,
yeah,
and I was like, okay, so this is my pitching wedge here, and just pulled nice, easy pitching wedge. And again, shooting for the middle of the green
yeah.
was my entire goal today. Is I didn't care where the flag was, and actually the only time I actually aimed at the flag was if it was on the left side, because I always miss right.
Yeah.
And so everything else, I was like, I just want to land in the middle of the green. But there was a
Yeah,
couple flags that were on the left, and I was like, okay, I'll try and go at that one. And then I missed right on all of them. So I was like, yeah,
yep,
this is exactly what I'm trying to do. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah,
Dude, unreal. This is your pregnancy glow. Fires a 77. So you go out in 37, a 1 over par, in 40, 4 over par for a 5 over 77.
yeah,
Career best from just months ago. My big fear is that I've already shot my best round of golf and I don't know it yet. That's crushed. Now you have a new best round and you know it today. You're in it today. So that you can take that moment, that experience from 5 months ago, and you can be like, I'm so present in this. I'm going to bask in this for the remainder of the year. It doesn't matter what happens, in my opinion. The rest of 2026 is your year, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got a
I,
career low on the board, and it's barely we're not even a full week into April. Like Q2 just began.
yeah, yeah. I'm super excited. Like, and that was the other thing is like I haven't played much this year, and
Yeah.
so to figure out some of these things on a good feel and be comfortable in these spaces, I was like, this is a lot of fun. And then on top of it, like my wife, she was playing. She's the one who made the tea time with our friends and everything. She shot
Yeah.
her lowest score ever, right? Like, so it
Unreal
was just a
day.
double win.
Yeah, for sure. Dang, we should have had her on. I didn't know that was her career best.
Yeah, so she's had a
Yeah.
couple that were under 100, but that was using like the mulligan rule where you get like one per nine and everything. But this
Mm,
was like her first one that was straight clean.
yeah,
She shot it
legitimate.
in, yeah, and she had a couple holes where this was her first time in like probably 5 months playing. So
Yeah,
she was still trying to figure out some things. Like there's a couple holes that she hit like extra shots to figure out her yardage and stuff like that. Didn't count them, obviously. Still played her first
yeah,
ball. But
yeah,
had she known some of those things earlier on in the round, I fully believe she shoots low to mid 90s because
yeah,
there was definitely some of those that were like, okay, that just saved you two strokes on that one hole. And
yeah. That's big. That's a big thing too. Like when you're going out and you're playing golf, if you, I mean, I still to this day do this all the time. If you hit a shot, like I played last week, and I hit this little wedge, and it was like I just chunked it. I smoked my drive center fairway, and I chunked this little kind of touchy 78, 80-yard wedge. I chunked it. And I'm like, okay, obviously I'm playing that ball, like that's my ball, but I I'm in this setting right now. I'm in this exact shot, and I just did not perform this shot well. Let me drop another ball, hit it, because what this is doing, you're training your nervous system, you're training your body to be like, when I'm in this shot, I know I can hit it. Like that's the thing. Even though I still have to play the penalty of a bad shot right now, you still want to train yourself that like I can hit this shot. I can do this. And that's a very, I mean, if you're not hitting the range all the time, this is how you can max out what you get from the little, practice round of golf or a little round out that you're playing. It's like you hit a bad shot, drop another one. Don't slow the whole round down. Don't slow people down. But if you have time, real quick, boom, drop another one, hit it, and go, okay, cool. We're good. Moving on.
yep.
Big win. Big win. Excellent way to practice. I love it, bro. I'm so freaking hyped for you, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun
Oh,
today. And it was one of those rounds like you said when Xavier shot his 79, you're
yeah.
like just playing boring golf. Like that's
Yep.
what it is. You playing boring golf, but it's a lot of fun because you're doing what you're trying to do. Like that's the
Right.
thing. Being able to execute what you're trying to do is what makes it a lot of fun. It looks really boring,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah, it's like good golf tends to be boring. It's like, cool, you hit a drive, it's in the fairway. You hit your approach shot, it's on the green. You putt it up, you're close, you tap it in. That's
yeah.
like no amazing, wrapped it around the tree, flopped it over the bunker, like none of that. It's just like you're not in trouble. You're just executing the shots over and over and over. So it is boring golf, but man, what a thrill. Like you go out and you shoot your low. Whoo!
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, the only
shoot your
time
low and
I
get the
think the only
glove.
time I was in trouble was on 10. Like 10 I caught myself way off in the rough on the right,
Yeah.
and then I didn't have a clear shot to get on the green, so I tried to like bend a pitching wedge, which,
Yeah.
that doesn't work real well. So then I missed left of the green, and then I tried to chip it and duffed it.
Uh-huh.
And so then I'm just off the green, like 2 feet off. And then
Yeah.
that's when I used the Texas wedge and saved par. And I
Saved
was like,
it.
yeah.
Saved it. Oh, that's
So
so good. I love it, bro. I'm so hyped. Do you have any video from today?
no, not at all. Like
Oh,
it
man,
it
that's what
was
I
look
wish you could just go back and relive it and just like, oh, that's
yeah.
so sweet though. That's why this is really cool, by the way. Like you shoot your career around, get even if it's just selfie video, you talking to the camera, like working through your round helps to solidify the good stuff that you did and also go, oh yeah, this is where I could have been a little bit better. So that next time you're out there, it's just a little bit more clear. So a little post round recap is pretty dang valuable, but it's also like I get to live vicariously through you shooting your career low, which is awesome, and hopefully everybody else too, which is
Yeah.
rad. Message
Mm.
to the people before we're gonna kill it. I'm gonna go in here and get some dinner, but I wanted to fire this up because I'm so dang hyped.
Yeah.
Message to the people. What is it? This is your like I'm on the podium. I get my 15 minutes of fame because I just went out and shot my best. And everybody's going to take my advice. I'm the celebrity who's being asked about like politics or like geopolitical issues that I know nothing about, but I'm a celebrity right now, so I've got the mic and the camera in my face. What's the words that you want to give people? What is the message, bro?
Yeah, I'm the expert with no expertise here.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I would honestly, I would say like keep it simple. Like some of the things that I did today are some of the simplest things that you've talked about in the past that
Mm,
I've done at times, but I've never really committed to doing it for like a full round or like consistently. And I think
mhm.
that's the biggest thing is like keep it simple and do the fun things, right? Like if you end up in those places, I tried to bend a pitching wedge, right? It's a fun
Yeah.
shot to try it, but just keeping it simple and having
Yeah.
fun with it.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, by the way, the other thing that you mentioned that was helpful that you were like, "Oh yeah, you share this like swinging balance. Just finish the whole swing, just stay in balance." That's one for sure for every swing, not just your driver swing. The other thing was the Texas wedge, which to put it simply, if you don't know what a Texas wedge is, basically it's just using your putter when you're not on the green. So like you could be fairway even in the rough, but like you're just putting it no matter where you are. That's a Texas wedge. The benefit of this and where that really helps out is this: if you're a beginner-ish golfer or you just have really bad chipping game, then pulling a putter, the rule of thumb points to self, not to point fingers or name names, Billy. But hey, my chipping game is nowhere near what it will be by the end of this season. My chipping game is pretty trash. I'm still very much long drive handed. Um, but the tip is when you're around the green, let's call it, put a number on it, like within 10 feet of the edge of the green, your worst putt, that if you putt from there, whether it's rough or fairway or fringe or whatever, your worst putt from there is going to be, you get 10 putts in a row, your worst putt is probably going to be about as good as your best chip. So the odds of you having a good shot with a wedge in your hand versus a putter in your hand for that close around the green stuff, it's like just pull the putter. It's a higher percentage shot for you. Even if you hit a bad putt, it's still going to be better than what most of your chips would be. So
Yeah.
that living proof right there. And you too can go out and shoot your career best round in 2026.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it, bro. I'm so hyped. I want to go play some golf with you. So I didn't even know, by the way, I didn't even know you were back in America.
Yeah,
I did
I'm only back till
didn't
Wednesday. Wednesday I go back
okay.
to Europe for 2.5
Yeah.
weeks. So
Yeah. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. But what a welcome back.
yeah.
And I love it, dude. Thanks for the share. Can I share your scorecard? I'm gonna post this video. Can I share your scorecard?
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it, dude. I love it. All right, bro. Have a wonderful night. A killer weekend.
Yep.
I love you. Congrats. Career best. Fear completely demolished.
Yep. Love you, bro.
Love you. Later.